Hello everyone. So my name is Vernon Fennell. I work for Woosmap. I'm in the customer success team, and today I'm going to talk to you about three main things really, which is the goal is how to help customers find you, stay on your web pages, and hopefully become a customer. And so we call these three things acquisition, engagement, and conversion. So I'm going to show you a series of recorded videos today, and they're going to sort of walk you through different parts of your website and how they help you with those three pillars: acquisition, engagement, conversion. So acquisition is things like your store locator, and engagement could be a product page, conversion could be, of course, your checkout. So without further ado, hopefully you can all see my screen. So I shall start the video. Hello, I'm Vernon Fennell. I'm from Woosmap. I'm in the customer success pre-sales side of the business. And today I'm going to talk about what can Woosmap do for you in your digital journey. So there's three things I want to talk about really. The first is, acquisition, then engagement, and then conversion. So location runs through all of this. Let me put some examples to those three things. So the store locator tends to fall into the acquisition side of things. It's where customers find you, and local SEO pages, opening hours that are accurate, rich store data. These are the kind of things that turns a search into a planned store visit. Another example of acquisition is probably the store pages and the local pages. So once you've been on a store locator and you clicked on a particular store, you'll get their store page. So that's its own landing page. That's where you get the intent captured, and this is all about the visibility and the acquisition of that. The third thing is the product page. So when you click on a particular product from a store, this is engagement now. So checking out things like real-time availability. Does it have click and collect? You can add the product to the basket, because you might want to do that because you know it's available nearby. So this is kind of critical stuff for engagement. And the last step is conversion, of course, and that's the checkout. So all this is trying to drive the customer towards a sale, trying to get a digital sale from that customer, or even a sale where they visit the store traditionally in a footfall. Okay, thank you. Okay, so that's basically just a quick introduction, but let's put some more sort of meat on the bone with a video regarding an actual store locator. So store locator is firmly kind of the acquisition side, getting customers to come to your website, and this is what brings them in, because it's kind of very useful information for them. So let's start the next video. So let's look at the store locator. Here we have a Woosmap map, Woosmap logo in the bottom left. We've got some stores around us there with these icons. We also use clustering. So if we zoom in slightly, you can see when we get past the break point, these will break out. So that's come to two stores broke out there. If you continue to zoom in, it eventually just splits out again. So this is easier on the eye and a better user experience. If you don't like clusters, you can use dot markers. They are obviously like a dot, they're much smaller than an icon, so you can more tightly plot more denser plots together, if you will. The actual map, a lot of work's gone into the map. We've classified the green areas into lots of different categories of green area now, like, for instance, parks are different from maybe a crop field, etc. So you can style those independently of each other. Urban areas have got a lot of work, as well as the blue areas, like the sea, water areas. In a nutshell, you can style the map how you like it. If you don't like the shades of grey or green, or the road colours, or the types of blue for the water, you can change and style all of that. Looking at the points of interest, you've got, just at this scene level, you've got things like train stations, hospitals. If we really zoom in, you can get things like car parks, fast food chains, a cocktail bar, their coffee shop, pub. Basically, we've got loads of points of interest. Let's say you were a pub chain, you may want to turn off rival pub chains' point of interest icons. You can do that, or just so that only your own stores or pubs show on the map and not your rivals. So these can be turned on and off, these points of interest. It's very important. Let's look at geolocation. If I refresh, what we will see is the map will kind of zoom. It gets my location from my IP address, and it zooms into where it thinks I am, which is right, and then shows the stores around there. It's good for about 50% of the time, IP location. If the other 50%, sometimes the IP location isn't so accurate. So we do return an accuracy value, which allows you to code accordingly to sort of decide as a business rule, if it's not so accurate, then don't show the stores nearby and maybe default to letting the user use this box over here, which is the searching by town or city or postcode. If I search, I don't know, Brentford in London, you can see that it finds the Brentford store, but these other places are also the towns and city results for Brentford, and or for this search string, which is looking like Brentford. And so you've got a combined suggestion list there. Let's just click on Brentford here. On the left, we've got Brentford and also the next nearest results. These are sorted from nearest at the top, furthest away right down at the bottom. 3.4 miles here with 7 minutes travel time. If we keep going down, you see it's getting bigger, 4.1 miles and 9 minutes travel time. So these are road accurate distances. So that accounts for things like, driving down a river, going across a bridge and then back on yourself to get to where you need to go, or around a coastline or around a lake, etc. So road accurate is good. We've got the services which are on offer. You could filter on these services. I haven't actually got a filter, but you could easily add one to say only return results with this particular service. Click and collect, and then this, these results would only be filtered results. So you can definitely do that. It pulls in information that's stored on WooSmap for this particular branch, which is it's open right now. When does it close? And here are the reviews for it. These can all be stored on the WooSmap project. Okay, so if we go over on the right, we've got this is the Brentford sort of panel for this store. It gives you the address, reviews, contact information. What other days is it open and closed on? What times? We've covered the services. Let's quickly look at the store page for this one. So we can get directions to the store. Let's just, I don't know, we'll go from Wembley. There we go. And it gives you the directions by car, plots a polyline on the map, and gives you a travel time, duration, and a distance. What I should say about this one as well is it doesn't send you off to a rival sort of a public map site where the user may not come back, or maybe advertising is sold to them to go to your rival. That doesn't happen. We can keep you on your brand's website. We can look at do the same journey by walking or bike. Transit's a good one. It'll show you the different types of underground line and rail lines to take. It starts with this one here, then it goes to the blue line, which is the mild May. It gives you a travel time duration as well, which is great. A few other things, we've covered ratings, opening, we've done that. You can also choose to use your navigation map of your choice. If you weren't happy with staying on the site and wanted to use Waze, for instance, you could do that. We've got this nearby API, which also shows you what's nearby and enhances your store page.
Okay, so that was quite a bit of a deep dive into a store locator and how it helps you at the acquisition side of things, providing something useful for a customer to come and even visit your website. So that's where the store locator really steps in. We did quickly look at the store page part of that, but I've got just a short video just to dive a bit more deeper into the store page. So the store page is when you're on the store locator and you find a site, an actual store that you want to go to, you can go to that particular store's store page.
Okay, so now we're going to talk more about the actual store page. The last video covered the store locator. This is more like the actual store page. Each store has a page. And this is, again, more about the acquisition side of things and getting a customer to visit that store. So without further ado, let's just go to this store again, the Brentford one. And we covered last time you can get directions, which keeps you on the web page if the user wants to go into the car and select a specific navigation app or map of their choice. They can do that here. This is all possible. Well, let's just explore this page a bit more. So it's got reviews. These can be uploaded to WooSmap, and we can put them on the page. It could also be a third-party API where it pulls it in. The choice is yours. We've got some stats like, is it open? What time does it close? Accurate opening hours here. Available services. This is really good for filtering as well. On the previous store locator, you could filter on these services. So only show me the stores with click and collect, for instance, in which case this would show up because it has click and collect. What's really interesting though is this nearby thing here. So you can augment and enhance the store page with extra useful information which customers may find handy, like where's the nearest petrol station or charging station. These are all chosen at random, by the way, for the demo, but you could choose the nearby points of interest that you think would be more suitable. Another example is, a sports hub here, the climbing wall in Brentford's there.
if you were, I don't know, a pub chain, maybe you want to show what's on nearby. Is there a park you can walk through? Is there a play area nearby? That kind of thing. So all this is, why bother doing this with the nearby stuff? Why bother enhancing the store page? What's the point there? Well, if you do that, the point of interest data, it will feed the search engine optimization as well as the GEO, the generative engine optimization, basically SEO for chatbots and AI agents. It will feed that with a web page structure, so you can win that acquisition battle in the AI and the web searches. So if you make it easy for SEO to find your page and AI agents to find your page, and to make that page more attractive to be cited as the answer or the top of the list in SEO or the answer in a chatbot, then you're doing well. That's kind of where you want to be. So things like nearby and enhancing your store page really help you to win that battle. And the data, WooSmart can help you with this, by the way. We have an API that drags in the nearby stuff. You can choose what kind of points of interest to put in the nearby. We can also help you structure your page so the data is integrated correctly and it's really parsable and machine readable by machines. We can link it with JSON linked data, and that's really useful to generate an AI store description, which again makes it easy for those agents to find your page. At the bottom here we've got some of these reviews as well. Again, we can host those reviews if you upload them to us, or you could use a third-party API. So all this makes for a strong store page. This really helps your acquisition, and it gets the customers to your page over and above other pages which are not as optimized. Thanks.
Okay, so that's probably enough about engagement for now. We're going to just change tack slightly and look more about acquisition. We're going to change tack now and look a bit more about engagement. And so let's quickly look at this. This is a shorter video now, just about the store page and how the product page, getting my words mixed up, the product page and how people interact with that. And if they find that there's something, on the website that they want, this is how they engage with that website, and it keeps them on it's a sticky thing, and it keeps the customer, browsing your products.
So what makes a good product page? Let's look at this one now. So the product page is obviously the place where you display the product, all the information, but if you can add location as that journey, it does make things a lot easier for the customer to make that choice. We would recommend things like, so once you found the product, is it available and where can I get it? Those are the kind of questions people tend to ask next. So in order to answer those questions, you need to be looking at things like geolocation. So you could, when you're on the product page, it could automatically figure out where you are and then show you the nearest stores with those products in stock. So that's one really good use case for geolocation to help the product page. This all drives engagement. So this is where the customer is really interacting now with your website, and this is where the engagement really comes to play. If the geolocation isn't quite working, you can also use a search via autocomplete. I've got this little screenshot here which shows it. So here's your geolocation option. This could be set to be automatic, or you can make it a choice. It's up to you. The other way is to search via autocomplete, which is here. You could tell them to search on postcode or town, and then you could find the location there. Then from that point, the customer knows the nearest store location, and this really helps to click and collect. And it will help them to, if the customer may add the products to basket if they know it's available nearby. So it's the whole location side of things, helping with that engagement. And then once the stores are displayed that have that stock, how far away are they? This is really critical. If they're too far away, it might not be convenient to click and collect. But if it identifies the stores that are near to the user via the geolocation or via the autocomplete, then you provide that distance so that the user knows how far away it is. This could really help drive putting that product into the basket and engaging. So what else can you do with the product page? You could even use a map to display product availability. So there's a WooSmart customer here which has decided to use coloured markers to show which stores have it in stock and it's available and which stores don't have it. The greens do have it, the reds don't. So you can see at a glance, which store in Vienna I could go and pick up this product from, and that really helps the engagement side of things. So just a few ideas to help with the whole product page. Product pages should also be optimized for SEO and GEO. So that means, using a good layout in HTML, which makes it easy for shopping agents and chatbot agents to easily read that page and be able to recommend it as part of that shopping journey. So that's it, product pages. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to do our last video now, which is going to be about the conversion side of things. Just before I show that, there is a poll activated on in this webinar. It'd be great if you could answer it. It's a quick yes/no question, just asking if you've got plans to augment your store pages to make them more machine readable, more friendly to AI agents, AI shopping agents, chatbots, etc. So without further ado, let's put this last one on. It's all about conversion now, and it's the last point in the journey. So this is primarily looking at your checkout.
So this is the last video, and this is all about the conversion side of things now. So we've covered acquisition and engagement, and the final stage, the most important stage is obviously conversion. We want that customer to be a customer, a paying customer, buying a product or service. So let's just look at the conversion side of things. I think when you get to the checkout page, you're going to be looking at things like two main options, which is, are you going to come and click and collect, come to the store physically, or are you wanting it delivered, and in which case you need an accurate delivery address. So the delivery address has to be really accurate, and we can also provide the lat long of the house, the place where it's going to, as well as the accurate delivery address string. So let's just take a quick look at that. So I've got this demo here. It's got the UK. This is using the WooSmap Localities API, which has got the UK addresses add-on, which is from the post office address file, the path file. So we've got what we feel is the best data in the UK. The Royal Mail's been delivering letters for a long time. They tend to know where people live. They've got a really good data set, and we've incorporated that data set within our API, as well as other data sets from like rural ordnance and other areas. So that's all put together into the data, and the algorithm on top is the special source, which makes it quick and accurate. Let's just have a look at that then. So let's go to, 24 Willowcroft Drive, Hamilton, spell that right. I'll stop there, right. So I didn't have to type the whole address out. That's the first thing. It removes the friction, and you don't want friction in a checkout. You want the conversion to be as easy and as painless as possible. Not painful. So if we look at this one, we've got the full address here, ends in FY690J. If I click on this, my demo takes you to the actual place. You can see it's on this end of the street, not that end. So it's got the accurate lat long for the rooftop, and this address string is really good, it's correct. So let's just try it another way around. I'm going to use it with the postcode. So let's just try that again. In fact, before I do that, let me just show you the lat longs bouncing around the street. If I go to, say, number 2, Willowcroft, we should see this pointer go to the other end of the street because it's got rooftop accuracy, and it's getting you to the building. Can you see how it flicked over? Okay, let's now look at the postcode, and that was FY690J. We have this thing in the Localities API where if you put a postcode in for the UK, you've got this extra addresses. We basically have every address for a postcode. So if you want to see all addresses for a given postcode, we can do that. So I'll just show you that now. So here we have, let's scroll down a little bit. We have every single address for that road, that postcode, I should say. Postcodes tend to be a road in the UK. And you can see 24 is there, except we can go to, I don't know, number 19, and there you go. It's on this side of the street and this end of the road. Okay, so that's basically the addresses and for delivery. And if we can see that live actually on one of our customers. So if I go to find your address here, let's just go to 24 Willow Croft Drive. There we go. It's found it already. This is using WooSmap Localities, and you can see when you click on it, most importantly, it auto fills the fields on the address form. This is important because the customer doesn't have to do that. It removes the friction away from the customer, and that's a really good thing because it means they won't have to spend time doing that, and no one wants to spend time on a form. I think the last thing to do is to cover the click and collect side of things. So if we look at, this is an example now, a demo. Let's go for a postcode. If I go for, I don't know, E17, let's choose this one. We can see all the different delivery points there. We can choose one. We've got all the different distances and travel time durations from different traveling models like walking, driving, cycling. You can get your opening hours as well. We can choose this particular point. It's a WooSmart map, by the way, showing all the different pickup points. Let's choose this point, and then you get a polyline showing you the actual route, the distance, well, the route, I should say. And this is the start point, that's the end point. This is showing it for a car, but you could easily have it for public transport, for instance. That's the suffragette line, it takes you there. You can also choose different navigational tools to get you there for click and collect. You may have a preference for Waze, for instance. Yeah, there's your order. And then when you're ready, you click go to payment, and you would make that payment, and your pickup point is all sorted out. Okay, thanks a lot for that.
Okay, so yeah, throw back the short cut off of that video. I think I ran out of time on that one. Yeah, thank you for looking at all the videos today and joining this webinar. If anyone has any questions or anything like that, do let me know. And you can always contact us on the contact form on the WooSmart website. There's also the support email. Talia is just put the contact information, the contact form in the chat of this webinar. If you did get a chance, please do look at the poll. It's a quick yes, no. And yeah, I think that's everything from me. Unless there's any questions. Let's see if there's any questions. I don't think I see any, no. So I think what we'll do, we'll probably bring this to a close then. And I just wanted to say thanks everyone for your time. Thank you. I'll probably ask Talia to close this webinar. Oh, we have a question. Sorry. I'm not seeing the questions, Talia. So could you possibly, there we are. Can it be used with Shopify? It's a great question that the Shopify, I think there was someone working on a plugin for WooSmart APIs to be used within Shopify that I think the plugin might exist. I need to go and check on that. It's not one we've made. It's a third-party plugin. Aside from that, if you can get RESTful APIs to be used with your Shopify implementation, then yes, you can use it. If you can access the RESTful APIs, you could bolt that into the Shopify stuff. I hope that answered your question, Chris. So I'm just looking now. I don't think I can see any other questions, but I'll just hold on for a minute just in case anyone does have one. No more questions so far. So yeah, okay. Well, I think there we go. So I've just got your message, Chris. It'd be good to get a pointer to the REST APIs. Sure. Let me just give you a link to the documentation page, which has the main things you'll need for those REST APIs. I'll just put this in now. So here we go. Go to the chat. It's just in the chat there, Chris. Hopefully you can see that. And that's the main documentation page. When you get on there, you need to find the API that you're interested in. Thanks. And then you'll see you'll see the endpoint, and then you'll see the mandatory parameters and the optional parameters, and that will allow you to build your RESTful API, and you can put that, test it in Postman, and then put that straight into your front end code for it to be used, or back end code via proxy. Okay, so just looking for any other questions. I don't see any. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.